Hello, Cypress Ridge. This is Will Taylor with the Reserve Team of the Homes Finder Realty Group. Today we're going to be taking a look at the September 2023 real estate market report. Now, typically, over the last 10 or 11 of these, I include some MLS data from the neighborhood itself, but it looks like the MLS is having a little bit of an error, so we're only going to be looking at some of the comps, what's under contract, and what is available for today, in addition to the typical monthly inventory, mortgage rates, and inflation. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Monthly inventory, this is for Bluffton in total, largely the same, no real changes since April of 2023. We are at 4 months of inventory. We are still readily in a seller's market. Jumping into mortgage rates, more of the same. The story is not changing. Mortgage rates are continuing to climb, and this is largely a result of inflation, which we will talk about in just a moment. But I want to take a quick second to talk about what impact they have on a buyer. So using this example from Keeping Current Matters, at a $440,000 home at 6%, the mortgage typically would be $2,600 for the month. And now since rates are up at 7.25, 7.5, we're looking at $3,000, $3,100. We're looking at over $400 a month more for the same price house. So we'll go ahead and take a look at Consumer Price Index. In general, inflation continues to rise. All items are up 3.7% before seasonal adjustments. The main drivers were gasoline for everything. Over half of inflation is due to the gasoline prices. Shelter Index, which is housing, continues to climb. This is the largest factor for all things minus food and energy. Now, there are a couple things that have at least dropped in the last month. Used cars have dropped for 2 months in a row. Recreation and communication, which has also dropped for 2 months in a row. An important note here, the shelter or housing index has increased 7.3% over the last year. This is accounting for over 70% of the increase for all items less food and energy. So housing is a huge driver in inflation itself. And this leads to something that I mentioned last month. I'm calling it the inflation paradox. As housing prices increase, inflation is increasing, which causes mortgage rates to increase. And the only viable solution here is more housing. We need more supply in order for housing prices to at least plateau, because right now there's a supply and demand issue when it comes to housing. Unfortunately, homes take time to build, so it's not like we can snap our fingers, have a new law, and housing is fixed. We just simply need more homes, and they take time. And because of this, a crash like 2008 is highly unlikely, as there are so many buyers looking for homes, there just are not enough homes. If mortgage rates were to drop today to 5%, all the buyers that have been on the sideline for the last year would jump immediately, and our inventory issue would get even worse. So one of the best ways to hedge against the market right now is to actually go with a new construction home. You could go with a custom build, but some of the larger home builders in the country, such as D.R. Horton and Pulte, are actually offering, well, their mortgage companies are offering great incentives. If you build and mortgage through them, you can get thousands towards your closing costs, which you can use to buy down your mortgage rate, or in some instances, they are offering a below market mortgage rate that's pretty substantial. So now this is where I would discuss the Cypress Ridge MLS data, but like I said, it's not really lining up with the neighborhood data. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump into what sold in September. So there were 5 listings that sold, and what I want to point out here is the median sale price per square foot was $214. We were selling at 100% of the list price, and things were selling, the median days on market were 14 days. So in 2 weeks, the price that was on the house is what the seller was getting in September. What's under contract, this has been a theme for the last few months. We're not getting as many new listings, but there's a larger under contract queue. So in total, we have 10 homes under contract, and I just want to point out the list price per square foot is $199 and $192, so just under that $200 per square foot range. and we're between anywhere from 1 to 115 days on market. So what this is saying to me is all of the things that have been on the market for a while are starting to get gobbled up. Once these close, we will be able to see the sales price and those price ratios as well. My expectation on some of the things that have been on the market for a longer amount of time, that price ratio might be a little bit lower than 100. Pivoting into what's available, if you want this full list, please feel free just to shoot me a text or a call. I'm licensed in both South Carolina and Georgia. We have 4 listings available as of today, anywhere from 0 to 20 days on the market. So nothing that's really been on the market for a long time. This is all within the expectations of selling quick. But one thing I do want to know is that the median list price per square foot is $247. Don't want to say that these are overpriced, because you can see here we have 2 homes here that are under 2,000 square feet with the higher list price per square foot, and that's typical. The smaller the home, the higher the list price per square foot. So just to wrap it up, like I said, there's not that much this month. Everything is pretty much the same as it's been the last 2 or 3 months. There continues to be a shortage of inventory locally and nationally. Inflation continues to climb. It's continuing to drive those rates up. If you are a buyer here, just keep in mind the resale market is competitive. I'm seeing multiple offers all the time. It's back. And we saw, if I was to just go back to the sold properties here, 2 homes that sold over asking price. That is happening now. So a good way to hedge is that new construction, just like I said before, in the area. There is the Retreat at East Argent, Jamestown Estates, and Salem Bay up in Beaufort. If you are looking to sell with the correct list price, expect your home to sell quickly. Focus on the comps. Do you have the same upgrades as the other home? Do you have the same lot? Things like that. As long as you are priced right, you should have no issue selling your home. And with that, that's pretty much all we have for September. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next month.